Hello, so I'm going to read from my book, but I'm going to talk about finances first and really how God is your provider and his promises, Jeremiah 29:11, to prosper you, and really looking to him as your father and your provider, right? So everyone that I've spoken to with chronic illness has gone through a lot of financial hardship, and then other people in life too, right? So right now, Adam works 2 jobs and overtime, and we don't have a car because his car got totaled. And my daughter is 19, so she's living with her boyfriend, and they don't have any food, so we have to give them food and come up with ways to help them. And Amber's going to be moving to Geneva with her boyfriend in July. So there's a lot, we have to help with that. And then Adam has a 21-year-old in college, so she needs help with tuition. And then he has a 16-year-old that needs a car. And then we have a 13-year-old that, is very active in sports and stuff. So the financial pressure is huge. And if you truly trust God, what I say to myself 100 times a day, is, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And you truly have to believe that every single thing the Lord wants you to have, you have in the time he wants you to have it. And if you don't have it in that time, ask yourself, all right, what lesson am I learning? How's this building my faith? How's this building me leaning on God? And you're going to find that seasons of poverty and financial hardship and financial stress turn out to be a gigantic blessing, because you got to lean on the Lord, right? And in the natural, there's no way we could do all this. But one, I say all the time, Lord, your kids first. And as your parents, you're created to be the provider for your children. So the Lord's just going to work through us as his vessel to provide for his children that are our children, right? So I'm not worried at all. And it's just going to be beautiful to see how God pulls it all together, And when you cast all your cares onto the Lord, you really do. You have that peace that passes understanding. You're not sitting there in the natural, how do I do this? How do I do that? You're not all stressed out and worried. You're just like, hey, God, what are you going to do? And you actually get excited. I start getting excited because I'm just like, how's God going to show up, And I love it because my faith for this is way stronger than Adam's. And I'm always like, man, it's going to be so great. It's going to be so great. And he's just like, not on the same plane as me with that. But I just smile because I know it's going to be so great. And just to see how God orchestrates it all happening, what doors he opens. And then, it's just going to be beautiful. So I'm just excited for it. But so keep trusting God with your finances, and they'll fall in place. You know what I mean? If it's not good, it's not done. So if your finances aren't good, God's not done there, and it's just, praise and wait and get excited for how's he going to do it, because it's not you doing it, This was just God showing up. So I'm excited to see what he does there. So I know Adam gets a little annoyed that I'm just super excited about this, and he's super stressed out about it, and I'm always like, man, take a load off, it's all good, When are we in? September 15th, okay. Oh, always, when they say, count, your small defeats, so that's not goals and hitting miles and stuff. It's not, I did this, I hit this. No, for F&D, the small defeats is you acknowledge every single thing with gratitude that you can do, that you couldn't do, that you can do in that moment, knowing any moment that you couldn't do it. And you live in a state of just, gratitude. That's it, you know what I mean? God heals you like that. So if he's not healing you yet, you're just on a journey with him still, and there's gonna be pieces of things to pick up, things to learn, people to meet, experiences to walk through, refinement that needs to happen, everything, you know. But when you trust God, you gotta trust him 100%. Not like you can't really cherry pick. It doesn't work like that. So September 15th, it's I'm gonna get through this. This string is driving me nuts. That's what it is. Upside down and inside out. Oh, remind me to tell you guys about something with F&D after I read this. Okay. I orchestrate opportunities every day and every moment of your life so that you could be a witness to how my grace has turned you upside down and inside out. The same mercy and grace that has saved you is meant to save others and wash their sins as yours have been cleansed. I want your life to be a light that leads others to me through the darkness. I don't want you to be discouraged about your witnessing. Your only responsibility is to share the good news. It's the supernatural power within it that saves lives. All I ask is that you do your part and leave the rest to me. I want you to be a living testimony to all that I've done in your life. I want others to look at you and see me. Sometimes no words are needed when your faith is radiant and the truth is evident in the way you live. The greatest testimony you could give is living out my word in all thoughts and actions. You'll find that others want to know where your joy comes from when you're going through unthinkable pain. Appropriate. They'll wonder why you have peace when your life is falling apart. In that moment, their heart will search for me. Let my grace shine in and through you. That's all I ask of you. Go rather to the lost sheep of Israel. As you go, proclaim this message. The kingdom of heaven has come near. That's Matthew 10:6-7. Also, I turned my corner detox on Sunday, and today I'm feeling a million times more energetic. My body's over that being all of that stuff. And every single detox, once you get through it, you feel better and better and better. Always, So keep doing it. And so I'm going to tell you guys a story, and then I'm going to post the picture of it in the comments. And they say like a picture is worth 1,000 words. I was thinking about this when I was on the beach today collecting rocks. And it's a picture of me smiling. And you're going to look at the picture. And this picture is literally from one of the happiest days of my entire existence. And you're going to look at this picture and you're going to see how happy I look. But in the picture too, if you look at my neck in the picture, you'll see how my neck is, and that's because my neck was 100% in spasm. Even as I was taking that picture, right, smiling through the pain and still creating memories and living, through it all. And, you don't stop living, But, so I'm going to tell you a story about that day, because it was literally one of the best days of my entire life. So, my daughter came over. Sorry, I've been having a lot of the neck spasms. My daughter came. I'm not gonna actually tell you guys anything about that now. That's for another time. It's a long-winded message. But, people with F&D, another pointer, do karaoke with the lyrics on the screen every single day. That's going to help you immensely with the speaking, with all the next stuff, with reading, memory, coordination, your vision, every single thing. And it's going to be great for you. I just type in Christian songs with lyrics, and I just sing them. And whenever you're having a lot of issues with your neck and issues with your vocals, and Tourette's or anything like that, stuttering, every single symptom you want to press into. Whatever you're having, you want to go into that. So if it's trouble walking, you keep walking. If it's trouble reading, you keep reading. Like whatever it is you can't do, you keep pressing into that and forcing it, and that's it. You know, I don't know how it works, but it works. You know, it's like, I don't know, you know, taking control back or something. But yeah, Sunday was a beautiful day. Today was a beautiful day. You know, and it's just really great. It's, you know, I've been praying for Amber and Chase to be able to get to Geneva, and it's really cool that they'll be here by next summer. So we're going to work on getting them a July 1st rental here. That's just going to be, you know, amazing having them here, and I can't wait for that, you know. Next summer, I'm going to get a kayak and do kayaking, and I'm going to get some gear for my rock collecting. Hello. I'm going to get some gear for my rock collecting. I'm going to get like a rake and buckets, and I'm going to get gloves to wear so I could like scoop through the rocks, and I'm excited for that. And we're going to get a boat next summer, and just spend more time out on the lake, you know. I mean, I guess be spending any more time there. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna be there all the time. I can't wait. I mean, I got a speaker to play music on and stuff, but I look to my future with like excitement and not dread, you know, with just recognizing I'm in the middle of a miracle. And it's just incredible when you just really realize like you're just living out a miracle and you're walking through to your healing. That's like, whoa, all right, cool, you know. All right, I'm gonna see if I could. No, I'm sorry. Not gonna talk about it. I'm actually gonna go, but I'm gonna keep doing lots of tips every single day. But music therapy, art therapy, dance therapy. Be a sponge. Learn everything you can every single second of every day. You want to be learning. Get new hobbies and interests, things you've never done before, so you're learning new things. Be very creative. Do arts and crafts. Get in touch with your inner child. You want to watch all the movies from childhood, listen to all the music, you know, look at memories, think about it. You could go on, you know, Walmart or Amazon.com and type in your favorite toys and look them up. You know, I looked up Polly Pockets and collector Barbies and porcelain dolls and stuff. And no, I didn't look up porcelain dolls. I did collect a lot of porcelain dolls my whole life, but I was thinking about porcelain dolls because Amber found one that looked exactly like her, and it's like creepy, really. I'll do a video with Amber and her mini me porcelain doll that we found in a thrift store. And she's super pale like porcelain, so she looks like a porcelain doll, so they looked eerily alike. So every single person with F&D, you're going to want to watch the video I post tomorrow. And if you know other people with F&D from your support groups, you're going to want to tell them to check that video out. So it's my very first time meeting with a neurologist since I got sick. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys every single detail of every single thing we work on, what we do, every single detail with meds, therapies, everything. So those of you that have these super long waits, you know, years, like I did, I had a 2-year wait. My wait ended up only being a year because I got a new doctor and he got me into a neurologist, but I would have been another year out. But you know, that's not God's plan. So I'm going to be sharing great details about all of that for you guys. Hey. Well, he was just in the house. Um, that's my little sister. It's weird because she's not that little. And it's really trippy when I'm in that kid brain, because I literally feel like, we're just kids together. So that's been an interesting experience, getting to feel more like sisters, because you feel more like a mother when your sister's 12. You don't feel like a sister, you know what I mean? It's a different relationship. So now I get to experience a relationship with her on her level. So that's been super, super interesting. And turns out I have jealousy issues. And all the time, man, I'm like jealous of like how cool she looks, and like she's living her best life. And I'm just like, man, she's always like doing her hair different, and then she takes up a lot of mom's attention. I'm always like, pay attention to me, So I would have been a jealous older sister if I had a little sister when I was growing up, close in age, so God knew what he was doing there too. It's funny, I prayed my entire life for a little sister, and that's one of the things I cried to God, like, you never gave me a sister, and then he did, and I was like, I told him, like, God, I think, thank you and all, but I meant like to grow up with and, be kids with and stuff. Like, I'm, obviously super thankful for her, but I was asking him for a sister being little, but then he gave me Viana, so I don't know how far apart we are in age. I'm 38 and she's 12, so whatever that number is, it might be 20 or 18 or something. No, I can't do math. You guys figure it out. But we're that far apart. So it's been like really cool that like even God was probably laughing like, actually, Ashley, you do get to feel like a big sister with a little sister as kids when you're almost 40, So, God's never late. He's always on time, And now that I discovered I would have been a brat, now it works out, That's been cool. And we were the same size, so anytime she leaves her clothes here, I steal them. Her dad bought her some nail polishes, and I went to his house, and I was like, big sister liberties, and I stole one. So I guess I would have been a bully too. But a cat wants to come out. Hang on. So I'm still getting refined. God's, refining me every day. But it's interesting the things you learn about yourself. You think you know yourself, but then I guess you don't. In my case, anyway. I always thought like I'd be loving and nurturing. It'd be like having like a live baby doll, But it's really cool because Dante and Viana are exactly 10 months apart and 1 grade apart and go to school together and have all the same friends. And they've been literally best friends every single second of their life since birth, like the 2 best friends in the planet. So them having each other has been amazing. And then with me getting chronic illness, then my mom getting the lupus, that's an autoimmune disease, 1 year after I got chronic illness, they have each other lean on for that too, to talk about. But God was just so on time with that, Viana and Dante were meant to, grow up together, and to have a little sister who's 12 and a son that's 13, like 10 months apart, it's really, really cool. And here's the thing, Viana is a lot like I was as a kid. I see tons of me in her. So she can't lie to me, and I know all her expressions and everything by the way she moves her eyes, her eyebrows, her lips, she twists, everything. I know every single telltale sign of everything. The way she goes, what? Like she doesn't hear, and I'm like, I know you heard. It doesn't work. Going, what? Like, why would that work? If I know you hear me, I'm 2 feet away, I'm talking directly at you, you know English language. I said a sentence, you're just trying to buy time. I'm just gonna, call you out, and then I'm gonna repeat it and make you answer it without a what? It's been interesting, really, really interesting, but I get to see her every single day, so that's really cool. And I don't know, it's just like, God's never late and he's right on time. And that's, goes back to finances too. The times that you're struggling, it's a freaking blessing. You know what I mean? It really is. That time for the Lord to be able to bless you and be your father and be your provider and give you a testimony, and just the way he's able to show you how much he loves you and how much he's in the details and how much he comes through. It's like, that's a really special thing to go through with God. And, I would have rather gone through that with God and been like, whoa, and known all that and experienced all that with God than not have gone through it. Because the way he's revealed himself to me, all the ways, you're like, all right, this is God. It's impossible not to be. And you're just like, oh. And when they say God is in the details, like even when I got that Estee Lauder gift set, I told you guys that just a stranger, I have no idea who, sent to me, and it was a conversation I just had with God, and the exact same one I used my entire life, and the same product in the same line, everything, It was just like a gift from God. Like, I'm in the details. I'm listening to everything, big, small. So it's not that it's just the big things or anything's too small. It's that relationship. A best friend you go to for everything. Your father you go to, like, that's your safe space. You confide, you share, But to be able to feel God's love so intensely that's incredible. That's an experience that you would never take back, regardless how you had to get it. It's just, I think faith is one of the greatest gifts in the entire world. When, like, you just know, like, you're just like, I don't have to fear anything. I don't have to worry. Like, when you're just so excited about your future, so worry-free, and just like, man, this is awesome. To feel like this and this freedom that comes from surrender is awesome. Alright, I'm gonna go because I am not feeling wonderful, but I got so much exercise in today, and tons and tons of exercise, got tons of rocks. I posted a picture of my rock collection, that bag in the corner of that picture, that floral insulated bag, that's filled to the brim with rocks. That's it. Actually that holds a lot. But you guys have a great day.